25 years chained to the loan. Principles climbing, eating marrow from bone. Deferred dreams stacked like bricks in a cell. Forbearance whispers, welcome to hell. Interest of feast, this a feast of famine. Born at the core, your savings abandoned. Subsidized savor, now just a pause. While the principle grows with predatory claws. They say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to fly. Why buy a lock just to lose the key? Why trade you for a debt decree? Public service, they call it grace, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse, and paying interest so the balance snaps. Subsidized lines, the weight don't fade. 25 years, the debt parade. Golden chains in a velvet box. Promises wrapped in paradox. They say the dream they paid a toll. A guilty case to steal your soul. Facts of forms and a dotted line. They say it's yours, but it's never mine. Math is skipped, but the bills on time. The numbers climb, the mountains blind. They say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to.
Welcome to Teach, Lead, and Inspire, the Father-Son podcast, where Jordan and his son dive into real talk about family, legacy, and the challenges shaping men's lives today. From personal reflections on the changing climate, both in the world and in society, to candid father-son conversations, they explore how values, resilience, and intentional living can shape the future for generations to come. This episode isn't just about looking back, it's about building forward. With humor, honesty, and a few surprising tangents, the conversation lays the foundation for what it means to create a lasting legacy in health, wealth, and relationships. Welcome to the show. Oh my God. So this has a life of its own, and this is what motivated me about the thing about the book. So the book is about the student loans. This is about student loans.
Right.
Next thing. My dear son sends me a text message about this new website. Remember the website you said, and when you popped that up to me, so guess what I did with that software?
I know.
Yeah,
I already know what you did with it.
Yeah, but I sent you the first version when I was working on my phone. The next morning I got up and went to it and started going through it more, understanding more on the software and stuff, and rewriting it. Now I've completely rewritten the song, and it is the bomb. So now the next thing is, during the pandemic, to serenade Carolyn, I think I shared it with you, I have actually recorded 100 songs. They've been there dormant. Nobody knows me, but they've been there dormant. But it's like an asset, okay? It's like an asset that is not up and out. But once people are able to know about it on my fan base, then they're going to go to it. And so here's the other eye-opening thing I realized is that about the business I'm talking about. You can't market to everybody. You can't market to everybody. If you try to market to everybody, you reach no one. Okay, you reach no one. So I'm giving an example. Jelly Roll. You've heard of Jelly Roll, right? Okay, and also Teddy Swims.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is the thing between Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims that they both have in common, besides being recording artists?
That's really about it.
Is it?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they're both industry plants.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean industry plants? Okay, you got me now. So what do you mean?
They're so what I like to call industry plants are these artists that come out of nowhere in these quote unquote niche.
Mm-hmm.
I am doing my. Can you pause real quick, please?
Oh yeah, hold on. Okay. So now go back over this thing about industry.
Yeah, all right.
standards.
So
Okay.
what I was saying as far as the whole industry plant thing, it's when these recording artists come out of nowhere, you've never heard of them before, there was nothing underground from them, and they're just thrust into the spotlight, and you're just told, fall in love with this person. They have all of these songs already tailor-made, and all of a sudden, they're everywhere. They're on every show, every station, every magazine, and you're just like, why am I being saturated with this? It doesn't matter if they were good or not. It's the concept of where did you come from and why are you here now?
So
So is it really that you're that good of an artist, or is it a situation where you were thrust into the spotlight for some other reason to further someone's agenda for their corporate money making machine? It
okay.
has nothing to do about you being a true talent. It has everything to do with you being this entity or this persona that they think that the public will gravitate and latch on to. And that's what's making them the money. It's not that these people are really good. It's that the industry was like, all right, that dude got a lot of tattoos and he got a funny swag to him. We can make some money off of him. Look at, you know what I'm saying? Look at freaking perfect example. And I'm using this as an example because I went to school with a member of this person's family, and their entire family is like this. Sexy Red, the rapper Sexy Red,
Never heard of him.
right? Exactly
Okay.
that part.
I never heard
But
of him. Yeah.
but for the longest time, she was this mainstay and main fixture. Now, no disrespect to her, you know what I'm saying? She's making her money, she's doing what she's supposed to do. She
Right.
was told you can make some money to do this, go do it.
Right.
But I also find it funny that years before, her cousin rose to fame out of nowhere as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm putting two and two together. It's a rinse and repeat. It's this situation where, okay, this person has a look, or this person has a weird look or sound to them. All right, we're going to capitalize off of it. Like you
Mm.
said, it has nothing to do with their
Okay.
true talent.
Okay.
It's them being able to capitalize off that persona, that entity, that moment.
What was it? God, was it Millie? God, what was the name of the two groups?
Millie Vanilli back in the
Millie
day.
Vanilli, right?
Same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Perfect
same thing.
example.
Right.
Millie
Okay.
Vanilli.
Right.
It was the persona. It was the
It was a
image.
persona, and you had another guy that was actually doing the singing, but he didn't have that look. Okay, so now that's going back on it, and that's good that we having this discussion because this is a point of understanding of why some artists are more successful to the others that we see. Because so
Mhm.
for me, when I was DJing, I love I love being the DJ, and I was in the nightclub. So guess what? I always had to stay abreast of the up and coming songs and the artists that was popular. Whatever's being popular that was being requested on the local radio, I would listen to those songs, and those are the songs I would write down. Those are the songs I was bringing into DJ and put in. And specifically, I was looking for music that when I played it, it would get the ladies up because at a nightclub, it's all about the ladies. Okay. It's all about the ladies coming up in there because the guys
Right.
are going to spend their money. So, and I found out when I was doing the music at 9 o'clock at night, it didn't make a difference. I could play the number one song and ain't nobody going to get up at 9 o'clock at night because why? Because they ain't had enough to drink yet. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
the,
they ain't
I mean,
tipsy yet.
they ain't busy yet. Most people, they don't come out until after 10 o'clock.
I was
So,
gonna say
so they don't come out to 10.
even at the clubs on base, it normally really didn't start to get active until about 10:30,
10,
11
30, 11.
p.m.
That's right.
Is
That's right.
like really when it started to
Really.
get popping because everybody then had something to eat and
Yeah.
they didn't have more than enough to drink. Now they feeling kind of loose. They want to hit that dance floor and get that groove on.
And I would, when I was a young DJ, when I first started, I would get pissed because I'm saying, damn, this is the number one song. Ain't nobody getting up. But see, as I got more experience and started looking, I started realizing, see, my job is to get the party going
Hmm.
and the club jumping, and then very safely having everybody have a good time. But also at a certain time, I need to play music that's going to get them horny so that they want to go home so they can leave out this club. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. Then I realized at 9 o'clock when I'm playing this music, so I do play all the top music and stuff in the background. But what I do, I play the song and I look out in the crowd and I do look at the women. And what I'm looking for is when they're tapping their hands or that they've been moving like this in their seat,
Hmm.
or their feet start tapping on the dance floor when they're just sitting there talking and having their drink, and they're just going in. Then I put a little mark by that song, and I would go play the next one. Then I do that. So when I do that during that first hour, I verse an hour. Okay, probably by 10 o'clock, then a couple people start getting up. By then, I've gone through other songs, and I'm waiting till like that 10:30. And at 10:30, now I go back over those same songs I highlighted that they were moving their bodies and stuff to and stuff, sitting in their seats. Then I start popping those on, and guess what? The party's on. I got a playlist to play that keeps that dance floor full until
Right.
11 o'clock. And then when I get up to like 1 o'clock, because the club's going to close by like 12:45, then I bring out all my good slow stuff, Marvin Gaye, you know, you got to have some Barry White in there. I go ahead and
Yeah.
do some Earth, Wind, and Fire Reasons, I put all that stuff in there and they start migrating out the door. So I've done my job. But let's kind of go back over again. That was talking about me learning how to be a real good DJ was because to I learned to figure out who my market was
Hmm.
because based on my music that I played, that actually kind of predicted who came in. Because if people like the music and stuff I did and how I did it, they would tell other people. And
Hmm.
I was actually what I didn't realize is I was actually working and defining my target market. Okay, exactly. So now, when I asked that question earlier about Jelly Roll, for me, I didn't know Jelly Roll. I had never heard of him. But guess why? The reason I didn't is that my lifestyle changed because I'm not a DJ actively looking at the music and stuff.
Right.
But there were other things. One, his music that he was doing was sort of like rock. I heard some of them because he wears his earrings with the crucifix on it. Some of the
Hmm.
music was actually Christian rock. Okay. The other thing, he was a huge, heavy-set guy. Looks like he needed to put on some football pads and stuff, and could have been one of the. Oh, I would love to have him on my defensive line. Try to move him.
Right.
Okay. But the other thing is that he wore tattoos over his body and his hands. And you look at me,
Hmm.
I don't have any tattoos. Okay. My wife, Carolyn, she doesn't have any tattoos. So personally, when I look at a woman because I don't have tattoos, I actually, that's like a mental block for me
Right.
that you can have a woman, she could be very beautiful and everything else. But if I see she got tattoos up on her body, that's a turnoff to me. But it's still going back down to the idea about the target market, understanding. So you're right. I understood, and I had to stop to think about this. I was going back over because I realized I fell into understanding this just by mistake. I've been hearing it, and he kept on saying target market, target market, target market. What do you talk about? I understand. If you do to everybody, you do to nobody. You got to focus it down on just your people or just your target. So now I look back again now that we've had this conversation. Now let's look. What I see with Teddy Swims and what I see with Jelly Roll, they're both heavy set white guys.
Hmm.
Okay. They both had tattoos. Okay. They both have this really raspy, or they can, the little rock and roll. So their voices are unique. Okay. Uh, but they represent a different group. So they're singing to a group that I don't associate with on a daily basis. So therefore, I don't know their music. Okay. Same thing. Teddy Swims. I never heard of Teddy Swims. Now, I found out, a matter of fact, how did I get to know or hear about Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims? It's because I was watching American Idol. And I also happened to tune in to what's the music awards? It's the Grammys. Right.
Yeah.
I turned into the Grammys. And also one day I was flipping, maybe it's the country music, the CME Awards, that was also on there because I think that's what he actually, Jelly Roll won
Yeah.
all these awards at the Country Music
Yep.
Excellence Award. Okay. And that's where he got recognized. So that's when I saw him. I have not yet at all tried to listen and tried to sing any of Jelly Roll's songs. I knew who he was. I just saw him. It was like, where the heck this guy come from? Well,
And he wrestling now too.
yeah. So And now he's been also like on The Voice, and that's what.
Mhm.
The other thing was Teddy Swims. How did I hear about Teddy Swims was because I was watching The Voice last year, and this I would normally take my paper out, and when a male sings a song or they sing a song that I listen to, and I say, oh, I can sing that, I write it down, and then the next day I'll go on YouTube and go to listen to it, and then I'll go maybe
Mhm.
get the karaoke on it, and I'll go ahead and practice the song. That's something I've been doing for like because I used to karaoke host. So as a
Right.
karaoke host, I was always going out and getting the top songs that are available in karaoke to do that. So, but I looked at that. That's his market. So I went out Teddy Swims. Teddy Swims, very unique, raspy voice that the way he delivers his songs with the punch right after the bridge, that's what really makes it. But the other thing was with Teddy Swims was his chorus. The chorus out of his songs are just kickers. Okay. They just really, I mean, you're there and all of a sudden it just like boom, it pops you and then it hooks you because it just hooks you in. And then you get, and the other thing is that it's telling a story. Okay. It's telling a story. So I looked at that and I said, hmm. So I had went and recorded 100 songs. Why? Because I was trying to attract a lady. But guess what? I wasn't recording those songs to sing to everybody. Even though when we were out, I would sing a song by Lionel Richie, like
Mhm.
"Hello, is it me you're looking for?" And I know that when I'm singing that song, because I'm really good when I sing that song. When I sing that song, I'm out. If are the women out there, they're up looking at that and looking at me and says, "Oh, is it you I'm looking for?" That same thing. Yeah. So, but I did it specifically targeting Carolyn. I started learning what type of songs that she liked, the type of music
Mhm.
flow, and I would pick songs that was meeting that criteria for my target market that was her. That's what I did. And I got so passionately involved in it. And every time I recorded it and sent it to her and she loved it, it just encouraged me to go do another song and repeat the process. So all those songs that were out there recorded was written because of that. But I did not market those songs because I didn't understand how to market them. And more importantly, how to define the target market. But see, now I could define that target market with her because if I think back of how we were before and what kept her involved in those songs, there are other women that when if they heard about that or heard my story about that serenade, because I've been places and told at a conference and told teachers that how I got my wife and then I recorded 100 songs. And you know what happened every time I say that? I told them that. They said,
Yeah, it
"Oh,
sounds like a Hallmark movie.
oh, ain't that so sweet?
It sounds like a
You
Hallmark.
recorded 100 songs to capture her heart." Yeah, that's a story. So guess what? I realized, okay, now I understand the thing about the target market, and I can tell that story. And if I tell that story about that enough times and target women that are in that age group, that becomes my target market. And they're the ones that buy, and they're the ones that will go tell others to buy it specifically on doing that.
Hmm.
Okay. That's that's how that works. Just like the song, like right now, the 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 marketing, the thing I did on student loans, and now the book that hits on student loans, and now the song that is hitting on student loans. I am targeting a specific market.
Right.
Okay. And when you do that, that's the whole thing. So, like for instance, I was thinking about this morning when that light hit, and that's what's got me focused doing on this. Okay. I had coming up, I said, all right, so What about my son Jordan? Let's say. So, what is your target market? I'm thinking, I was saying, well, you also did car sales. I know that. So you knew guys that were in car sales, or you're familiar with the car sale lot. Um,
Yep. I've
yeah.
sold, let's see, I've sold cars, I've sold firearms. Uh, let's see here. I've been involved in numerous customer service ventures,
Customer service.
numerous sales ventures. Everything from what? Shoot. I still crack up that I used to sell roof siding and windows to people. Oh shoot.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
I've worked uh shoot. I've done tech support for Apple. I've sold cell phones for Verizon. Uh
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cell phones. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So do you guys
yeah.
still have Verizon, or do you got another? Who do you got your cell phones with now?
T-Mobile.
Okay. That's okay. T-Mobile is the only one that I haven't done. So I've had AT&T, I've had Verizon. I had Verizon for a long time, and then they pissed me off. And so they got done, and then I wind up everything converted over to me with Spectrum because I like to bundle things and stuff like that. So yeah, so you have different. Now here's the thing. Is
Shoot. And then let's not forget, not just with the military background, but then
yeah,
there's
that's
also,
right.
there's also the I was private security for I've done that. I've also done I was a correctional officer. I've done that as well. Certified fugitive recovery specialist.
Right.
Did that, I was a bounty hunter for a little bit of time there. I've done that. I've done some pretty crazy things in life.
So, and what kind of music do you like?
Some of everything. That's how I know about, Jelly Roll and all these other artists is I listen to everything. I have to say, uh, I think the only thing that I can say I don't listen to maybe would be maybe death metal consistently. I think would be the only thing that's like not like consistently on the plate, but like R&B, jazz, hip hop, classical. It literally just depends on the mood I'm in. I mean, shoot, first thing in the morning, you might hear me listening to Prince, and then before I leave to go home for the day, I'm freaking singing My Way by Frank Sinatra. Uh,
And what is your voice range?
uh, I honestly think it depends. So, like, one of my favorite songs to sing is
Yeah, that's a good question. What is your favorite song?
one of my favorite songs to sing would have to be it's a remake. The original song was done by Chicago,
Okay,
and
Color
then
My World? No.
no, and then it was redone by a group called As Yet. Hold on, let me see if I can remember the name of this song because I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
Dag nabbit. Hard to say I'm sorry. By the
Wait, okay.
Hard to say I'm sorry.
Is it hard to say I'm sorry? Is
I
it
think it's
hard
the
to
name of the
say I'm
song.
sorry goodbye? Is that what it is?
Let's see here.
I know
Hold on.
what. Hey, I'm going to do that. Who would you say it was from?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay. I think it's hard.
I'm playing in my head.
Hard to say I'm sorry
Everybody needs
by
a little
Chicago.
time away.
By Chicago.
I
Let me see.
heard her
Okay.
say from each other.
Hard to
Even lovers need a holiday.
How to say I'm sorry by Chicago.
That was the original, and then it was redone by a group called As Yet. Hard to say I'm sorry. I think it's how they have it
Oh, you
listed.
mean you said as yet version?
As Yet, the As Yet version.
All right, hold on. Had to say I'm sorry as yet.
Has Kyra texted you back?
I don't want to talk about
I'm gonna share. We
Oh, yes.
get my son up here singing. Yeah.
You need to talk to somebody.
Okay.
Talkspace therapist.
Let's see.
I'm afford and still don't want to talk about it.
Talkspace is super affordable.
There you go.
With a
All right.
Yep, that's it. I recognize. Yep, that's it.
So there we go. Oh, they don't have, it's not highlighted. Let me go ahead and see if I can get another. That's the song, though. Yeah.
Yep, that's the song though. You have to listen to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that now. I gotta figure out how to turn it off.
Yeah, those are things sometimes that keep wanting to play in the background. So yeah.
All right, so that's the song that you like. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was talking about, well, see, now we're different because of you. Okay. So what I have learned how to use that software was how to go in and give it the original idea, but also go in and change the format of the song. So a lot of it started out, you know, like we have your verse, you have your pre-chorus, you got your chorus, you got a bridge, and what order you put those in dictates and changes the music and the flow. It really does. And I found that out by accident because I was moving things around and I noticed what it was producing. I said, oh, wow. Then I started moving around and then learning how to extend it because a lot of times it was like for 2 minutes or so.
Yeah.
How I would do, like on this song here, like for instance, Carrie, I would hear the song, people say they like the song. And especially if it's a song, in this case, because I was always catering and singing love songs because again, as a DJ, if I get the party going, I get the women going, everything else is there. And so, but I would take that song and come home, I would listen to the original and play that over and over and over and over and over again. Then I would go to the karaoke and then I would listen to it, but then I would actually go ahead and sing it. And I may have to re-sing it. You know, some songs I could do maybe 3 or 4 times, but if I really want to get it, the more times I sing it, the better I get.
Right.
Then I would record it. And once I record it, in my case, in my system that I have back here, it's actually recorded on CD. And then I take the CD, I go ahead and record it. And then what I do is listen to the track and make sure that it sounds good to me. Then I know I need to clean it up because nothing is right the first time in the background. Then I go in, then I use a software called WavePad where I input the audio format, which is actually an AIFF file. And it comes up in there and I'm able to do a noise reduction, get rid of the hiss sounds and everything else, cut out the silence in the very beginning and the end. And then once I do that, then I'm able to upload it to my distribution site, which is on Landar. And on there, they bring the music in, and then I'm able to create the master. And then once I create the master, then I can actually go ahead and distribute it because I've already got that set up, okay, to do that. So, but the other thing is this. If you're doing a song like that has already been recorded from someone, that means if you're doing it, it's a cover song. So, and when you do a cover song, you have to get a cover license, and that cover license only covers so many streams or whatever, and then you're stuck with the fact that you have to re-up that authorization. So to make sure that you have to pay royalties. Okay. And then the other thing that you can kind of get out of that is that you get yourself an ASCAP license. See, any bands that if you go out to the nightclub and you see bands which are singing cover songs, they have to belong to ASCAP, where you have a license that gives you authority to sing those songs.
Right.
So, and that part of that license pays those songwriters, primary pays the songwriters for use for somebody using that songs. That's how songwriters write more than one song because they write a song, and depending on how popular that song is, all these bands across the country are getting that cover song and using it. That's how they get their residual incomes. And then they write more songs. Why? Because the more songs they write, the more songs they're using, and all those little pennies. Remember, going back on, I have to share this. Something I have in common with Ike Turner. Remember Ike Turner?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Ike Turner. So,
Oh yeah.
unfortunately, when he ran into Tina Turner and the things about the domestic abuse, that really killed his career.
Yeah.
But he still kept on singing for years, but it wasn't here in the United States. It was overseas in Europe. They still liked his music. He was a heck of a musician. Okay. He knows that. So, but you know why I know that? I'm not sure if you know.
You was right there with him, wasn't you?
Yeah. So I created his first website, and when he tried to rip me off by not paying me, I shut it down. And then he decided, oh, who the heck am I running to? Yeah, I was a tech guy, I knew how to shut the crap down. And then so he wound up paying me, but as a result, we wound up getting together. So I met another guy. Now, this was after everything, after all the alcohol, after all the drugs and everything else, that that's when I met him in his later. He was like 62 when I actually met Ike. Matter of fact, Ike was actually the best man at one of my weddings. Yeah. Um, but I learned a lot about music from him because I was able to go to his studio as he was writing music. He showed me the computer software and stuff that they were using. He showed me that equipment and I learned about that. But the one thing that I do remember is that he was driving a Rolls Royce. Okay, and so I have been in that Rolls Royce where here Ike and his wife was driving me, and me and my wife was in the back seat of a Rolls Royce driving
Right.
around California when he was there doing that. But he was always getting these checks, these little small checks, because when I set up his website, then I actually set up the files to help them do their bookkeeping with his wife, and there were all these royalty checks. So there was music and stuff that he was writing behind the scenes that people that he couldn't do personally because of his rep. And as a result, they were getting all these little royalty checks. That's what was paying for his Rolls Royce all those years and stuff. So the thing about generational wealth in music is is doing this. But the other big lesson I realized, and we're going to end on this because as we go into other things and stuff about the app and stuff like that, which we'll go into. So, but realize that most recording artists, when they start out, that they don't release with an album, do they?
Nah,
No.
nah. It's just a single or two,
They
if that.
normally they do primarily everything is right, a single is one song.
Yep.
That's what they launch with. So, and a lot of them, just like Justin Bieber when he was doing. Now, I did find out now with Jelly Roll, I don't know, uh, but I do know with Teddy Swims, I started researching on him, and with Teddy, he actually did his songs and stuff was on YouTube for years. So he wound up getting a recording contract by YouTube. And what a lot of people don't, and also Jelly Roll had actually shared a little video that I saw about how artists get paid. So what happens is that if you're getting picked up by the companies, and you're right, coming out of nowhere, it's because they got discovered by someone that gave them a record deal that they're doing that started out with the one song. But the way that works is that they give them an advance.
Mm-hmm.
They signed up, they give an advance, let's say 300,000. And as a result, you turn over the rights to that song to that record label.
Yep.
And what happens when the song's going up and out, as money's coming in, you're only getting a little small percentage of it. Okay, that's coming in. It's even different now with streaming. See, because with a stream, you get 0.004 cents. You don't even get a goddamn penny. I think it's 0.04 cent for every time somebody streams. So you need millions and millions of streams to make any decent money on that. They make their money on their target market, on their other things, the merchandise,
Mm-hmm.
the videos, okay,
Tickets,
the
things of that
tickets,
nature.
the show and stuff. That's where they're making their money.
Photo ops like Chris
Photo
Brown
ops,
does, charging
t-shirts,
charging thousands of dollars for somebody to take a photo with them.
right? That's right. It's all the other stuff, okay? And now here's the reality. So, okay, so the music is the instrument, the vehicle that that is designed to bring in your target market. Okay? That's what it is. The music brings them. So if they do a stream, guess what? That's fine. Because what they really want is your email and your information.
Mm-hmm.
Today's world is not just your email, they also want your
They want your social
they,
medias.
they want to know about the social media, but more important is this: the money is always in the list. So if it's not your email, they need your cell number. And matter of fact,
Yeah.
today's world, your cell number is more important. A way to market to that cell number. I had a guy that I went to a website, got information. I put my email and my phone number in, and I got the emails. But normally, like the way I do my emails, I go to the emails. It's like right now, I'm looking at my emails. I got 644 emails. I'll go in there and look, but if I look at it and if I don't recognize it and stuff, the first thing I'm doing, I'm up for deleting.
Mm-hmm.
The other time, this guy sent me one by email, but the other one was text. And everybody gets their text. And I got that text, but I didn't answer it right or click on the link, but it was still there. So
Mm-hmm.
then he sent me another one and I didn't click. He sent me another one, but eventually I clicked. And so that's there from the market because people don't hit it with the first time. But again, it's about that focusing on that market. You got to narrow down that market. So now I'm seeing the big difference when you really focus on that, when you really focus on that target. So like for me, been a veteran and I've been a teacher. Okay. I also like music. Those are things, and I'm a techie. Those are the four things at my bottom right there. Okay, I'm a techie. Okay, so I know how to do that. So now I'm realizing I just need to focus on those things on my target market. And then the bottom line is, once you know who your target market is, the question is, what do they want? If you know who the target market is,
That they're willing to pay for.
right, and you know where it is and where they want to pay. And then here's another big lesson. Many times we have stuff that is actually valuable, and we don't realize it. And we try to, let's say, cheapen ourselves. Okay. But I give an example. A lawyer, how much is it going to cost an hour to go see a lawyer? Go get a lawyer.
More than I want to afford right now.
More than you want to afford. I mean, but even a cheap lawyer, I'm talking about a cheap one.
Yeah.
Right.
Still more than I want to afford,
yeah,
which is why I think that makes a good case for why you have all of those what is it? Those what's those one little
Like LegalZoom.
freaking pay for?
You talking about like LegalZoom?
Don't need 'em. What's that?
Like LegalZoom.
Well, no, not even LegalZoom. There's this other program floating around out there where you pay a small percentage every month, basically like a retainer, whether you need that lawyer or not.
Oh yeah. It's just like what's the thing with Ice-T about the car repair?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the car repair. So you're paying about it's like insurance or it's like a home warranty. You're paying every month in case stuff goes wrong. It's insurance. It's
Yeah.
And so they have what they call
It's a
legal insurance
prepaid
plan.
lawyer, if you will. Like you pay them so much a month,
Right.
whether you're in trouble or not. And so if something was to happen,
Yeah.
boom, they're always on retainer for you. Like
They're always on retainer. And as long as you get it. So what happens? You get locked in and you're paying every month. And after years, you realize, so I've had a home warranty, and you need the home warranty if you don't have the cash.
Yeah.
So I was paying $700 a year for a home warranty policy. So in case my big stuff went out, like my AC,
Radiator,
yeah,
anything of that nature. Yeah.
yeah. So now I'm 70, and so what we did, we decided, well, we're going to protect ourselves. So that's why we went out and got a new HVAC. And
Hmm.
so that's not going to go out for now
Got the
because our
solar.
lifetime is done. I got the solar, so I'm not going to worry about. And my electric bill this month was $22.
There you go.
Yeah, baby, $22. Ain't never done that. But yeah, so when we get that target, oh, so we're talking about value. So I give an example. So, and I realized this is my other aha moment, and that's why I made this shift. The shift is to realizing that I need to get people where they want in the number one me. So, what is the number one way to get people? I mean, to be in contact with someone. If I wanted to contact someone, what's the number one way we're going to contact them? Here in America, anywhere
Well,
around the
shit,
world.
right, right now it's freaking either your phone or your freaking tablet or something with some kind of either cellular connection
That's
or
right.
internet connection.
That's
One of
right.
the other.
So, we have email, okay, but we're talking about text, so that's the best way, okay. I have the old phone, I still have a landline phone. I guess I still have a landline phone. Still got this old things. People got them. A lot of people don't even have them now because they just use their cell phone.
Freaking, I don't
Yeah.
have a or we
Um,
had a landline for a little bit for some years, and then it was just like we don't use it. No one ever calls us on it. We don't ever use the house phone. We were always just using our cell phones anyway.
yeah.
And then by the time the two oldest kids got their cell phones, we were just like, what's the point of a landline when you have four basically adults in the house that all have cell phones? There's no need for a landline anymore.
Yep.
At least for us.
So it used to be email, and some of that is still working, but the most effective thing is right. Then also talk about text message. But the other thing is that everybody has one of these phones.
Mhm.
So the thing is that if you can get into their phone, then you're able to do push notifications to them and you communicate with them and you can build a relationship because you're sending the push notifications or the other thing. So here's the thing. You have an app that has things and you create it with have value and people will download a free app. But in the app is that you give them resources that they consider that's valuable for. And so what the thing is that like in network marketing or something like that, eventually when you're making thousands of dollars and stuff, you need a lot of people, okay, in your organization over time. Okay. Uh, but you have other organizations that the question is you can have an app and don't have to have 1,000 people in order to make some serious six-figure income. And that's because they're selling themselves and the value in there. Okay. So I give you an example. Remember, I was talking about the different courses and stuff that I've done. Like, for instance, I've taken the Audio Income Academy. I paid $2,000 for the course and materials to go through it to teach
Right.
me how to make money. Was it worth it? I say yes, because I'm getting money every single month because I went to that course and this person, I paid $2,000 to learn how to shortcut. So I didn't have to do experiments because guess what? I had paid more than $2,000 before that course. And
Right.
I've paid up to $7,000 for an attraction marketing course to learn how to attract people. So that short that I did that is now viral is the result of me paying money for that course and having a mentor to teach me how to do those. And now I know how to post and do those things. I paid money for that. I have websites that I've created, and one of them, the course to learn how to set up a marketing funnel. I've paid 1,000, and I guess now I'm looking at 3 times 10 is 36. Well, I probably paid about like $11,000 total for that. I have one is a course about how to do this, how to get an app on my phone. I paid the $2,000. But guess what? If I wanted to go to a company and have them build me an app, how much you think they charge?
More than that.
Oh, more than that. More, damn straight more than $2,000. Okay. So, but I was able to only spend, first I went to course to understand how to market, I mean, how to do the app and everything else. But I had actually paid on that for about a year. It wasn't until I retired that I had the time to actually go in and really figure it out. And once I put my mind to it, I was able to get the thing in 30 days. And right now I have been working on this app for over a year to get there. Okay. Um, and then I also have a course that talks about when you get your book, how do you market that book? How do you make money with that book and stuff? Okay. I paid over $1,000 and stuff for that. So you see it here with all of these things, this experience and knowledge is in my head. So if you wanted to be able to have an app, write a book, how to market that book, music produce your own songs and market all those things, you can go ahead and do all these courses and everything else and pay about $15,000 like I did. But then you also have to be able to go through the courses, each one of them. How long do you think it took me to go through each one of those courses?
Months.
Yeah, I gave you the one, I gave you access to that one. That right there, you're right. It depends on how much have you gone through very much of it? I know you had everything else, but you probably haven't.
No, I could freaking because literally I'm so burnt out from having to deal with all of these vineyards and these farms needing all of these products and supplies and me having to do all of these special orders because that's basically what my life has been since I returned to work
Mhm.
is I'm in charge of all the yellow folders. And so I'm getting all the ordering done for all of the projects that the company that we
Oh, that's your
that
company. Okay, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm mentally burnt and wiped out by the time I get home every single night, whether it's from having to face interact with the clients or just from having to do the mental gymnastics of order this, schedule this, get this SKU made. All right, now apply this SKU to the purchase order. Okay, now you got to send up the purchase order to be applied. Okay, now you got to order it. Okay, now you got to follow up to make sure that it's created the SKU. Okay, and I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I'm just mentally burnt out because that's all I do from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. every day is just that kind of stuff.
Oh, 7 to 4, right?
Yeah,
And how
seven to
much is your and how much time is your commute time? How long are you how far are you away from work on
I
your
walk.
oh you're able to walk.
Yeah, I walk to and from work.
Oh wow, okay. That's cool. That's really neat. That's what I liked about my teaching job. I had a 15-minute commute without a highway.
Yeah, so prior to my accident, it took me 3 minutes on my motorcycle.
Okay.
It would take me more time to put on my gear than it would for me to ride to work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it would.
uh,
And then you have to take all the gear off and
yeah,
get
so
ready.
that takes me about not even 10 minutes to walk to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get anything back on your PSA?
No, I still have to I have another appointment that I still have to go to. So yeah, no, I don't even want to talk about that right now.
Okay.
I'm in the process of trying to get a whole new doctor right now. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
yeah,
you're still using the VA, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. I think this is a wrap. I probably have more than enough in here for more than one
I
episode.
might have 2 episodes
Yeah, I
worth.
think I have 2 episodes in there, so I'll go ahead and edit and break it up, which means I got 5 to go ahead and do this week to get those up and out. So um next week, it's not next week now, it's this week. This week I gotta go and do a model school visit, and I have one this week, one next week,
Okay.
then I'm in Palm Springs. So we'll still be able to I'll let you know what I'm gonna try to do right now. It looks like I have enough here for five episodes, but I still like to still hook up because I don't want to stop. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is that we made a commitment about doing the 25 episodes, then we can rest after we do the 25 episodes and we can take our break. But I'm gonna
And where we
just
at right
keep.
now?
Okay, so 11 is already 11 episodes have already been posted. I know
Yeah.
I have three recordings that I already have, and then we have this one, which I'm probably going to say is going to be two. So we will have five. So by this week, I will have posted 16, and everything is working good on here. So I have so we have this. So we'll be up to 16 episodes. Remember, I mentioned that it's now set up that people can go ahead and ask to place ads. That we're still probably by the time we get done with the 25 episodes, then I'll
Mm,
start doing the marketing on the episodes. That's gonna put the number of plays. This is also hitting on the YouTube channel, which is
nice.
also Teach. So that is going to input on that because I'll start running ads and stuff after we get to 25. See, that's the beauty about it. This is when you make the money on the podcast. Once we have recorded the 25 episodes, we got season two. That's already done. Now we recoup the money by marketing that, and then advertisers come in to pay for advertising slots. And then at the same time, because I'm putting them on YouTube, then the number of, because we're already doing that now, the number of views and stuff is going up on that channel because that channel has 3,200 subscribers on it now. Okay. And that's going to go up. And so we're going to have monetization on two things. We're going to talk about the YouTube. Okay. We're talking about on the podcast. We're talking about the app is going to be released. As a matter of fact, the app is actually live now. So you may want to, on your phone, would you have an Android or you have an iPhone?
I was about to make a joke. Hold on. They're not the same model,
What?
but I crack up because we both got white iPhones.
Oh, oh, well, I had to because when I had the black ones, I was always losing them because I got too much stuff that was black, furniture and stuff, and I put the foam and I lose the shit. So my wife said, you can't have a black phone.
Yeah. We both got enough white iPhone.
Okay, so it's an iPhone. What you got? 16? What is that? No, it's
Yeah.
not 16. No, you're gonna get two on there. Well, it could be a 16. Okay, anyway, go to the Apple Store. That's a good thing I need you to do is go to the App Store.
All right.
Okay. And I want you to go search. And you want to put in teach and then lead. And does it come up?
Teach, lead, and inspire.
Teach, lead, and inspire. Hit your teach, lead, and expire. And I think on mine, for
Yep.
whatever reason, that patience like me comes up, but you see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So go ahead and add that to your phone.
Oh, I guess I already had it
Huh?
because it's telling me to update it.
Okay. Yeah. So probably what happened okay, that's a good thing for a lesson. Okay. I told you about it before because it was actually romance in motion when I was doing my songs and stuff on there. Okay. Then I realized when I was doing it, I was having the app that was basic on the music, but what if I wanted to change it to add other stuff? Then I was screwed. So what I did, I rebranded it and made it the Teach, Lead, and Expire.
Okay.
So on the app, you have things about teach, lead, and expire. But the thing is now is that so the long story short, so the app has been changed. Okay. And it's available on Google. It's in the Google Play Store, and it's also here. So all of our things that we're doing on the marketing is that we're going to increase and focus on our target market, and we're going to refine that market. And people are going to come to us because of one of the information. I'm talking about this thing on student loans and how to get out of debt, how to create generational wealth, how to relax and have fun with music. But the main reason is this. The new focus is that I'm going to give people what they want, and I will help them do it by being a mentor. And really now, as you look at here, I have all this stuff already set up right now on my phone. I have contacts. I have people on my phone right now. I have people completing applications and sending it to, and I'm getting contact information where people are giving me their name and their telephone number, and I'm getting that every single day. It is populating. So when we talked about the thing about sales and about contacts,
Mhm.
I already have set up that I'm getting 5 to 7 leads per day.
Nice.
Okay. 5 to 7 leads per day. And I have a way that we're going to monetize it, but I'm going to tell you once when we get back together this next week. But here's the bottom line is that I've set up a system. I've already got the Instagram, Teach, Lead, and Inspire. I also get Debt-Free Playbook, which is also on Instagram. That's the one that's actually growing. We have the Facebook page, Teach, Lead, and Design. We have the app, okay? We also have the websites, and everything is being set up to monetize. So the main thing we're going to be selling with the Teach, Lead, and Inspire app, and I'm going to give them away free things about different things, and they're on there. And what I want you to do is that I want you to, some of these things are in the making, okay? Because I'm adding them, and that's fine. When a new product or a new app gets started, the best way what you want to do is give it away for free.
Yep.
Because then I want people to do what? I want them to use it.
Want them to play with it, test it, give you some feedback, and
Give
let you
me feedback. Yes, indeed. Give me feedback and stuff on it because then I'm going to make changes because everything changes and we improve it. So like you just said, you got a notice that says what? Update?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I went through and did the update. So every time we do an update, everybody that has our app is going to get an update, a push, which means it's going to draw them back to our app to be able to look at it. So everything I had gotten set up, that's what I've been working on, how to do books, how to do audio books, all of those things. And you know what? There are people that want to be able to do what I've just done and set up.
Yes, there is.
So guess what? They can go ahead and pay. Right now, I just gave you some of these that was up to $15,000. When I add the other ones, if they wanted to implement and it's already set up, it would be somewhere $25,000. Or you can pay me $1,500 and you don't have to take the time to build all this stuff. And I'll plug you into it and you can use what's already set.
Yep.
It's already there. So now, instead of looking for people to be able to earn, and so this part is not going to be on that video, and I need to make sure. You have been listening to another episode of the Teach, Lead, and Inspire podcast, father-son podcast from Dr. Jordan Smith and his son, Jordan Smith III. This episode wasn't just about looking back, it's about building forward. With humor, honesty, and a few surprising tangents, the conversations always lay the foundations for what it means to create a lasting legacy in health, wealth, and relationships. See you next week in the next episode. This is Dr. Smith. Have a blessed day.
25 years chained to the loan. Principles climbing, eating marrow from bone. Deferred dreams stacked like bricks in a cell. Forbearance whispers, welcome to hell. Interest of feast, this a feast of famine. Born at the core, your savings abandoned. Subsidized savor, now just a pause. While the principle grows with predatory claws. They say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to fly. Why buy a lock just to lose the key? Why trade you for a debt decree? Public service, they call it grace, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse, and pay interest so the balance snaps. Subsidized lines, the wait don't pay. 25 years, the debt parade. Golden chains in a velvet box. Promises wrapped in paradox. They say the dream they paid a toll. A guilty cage to steal your soul. Facts of forms and a dotted line. They say it's yours, but it's never mine. Math they skip, but the bills on time. The numbers climb, the mountains blind. They say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to fly. Why buy the lock just to lose the key? Why treat you for a death decree? Public service, they call it great, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse. Pay the interest on the balance snap. Subsidized life, the wait don't fade. 25 years, the death parade. Promises made on silver tongues. Generations can't they'll never run. Diplomas frame hanging like nooses. In this game, everyone's losing. 2 decades in, still deep in a hole. Thought freedom away to just another toll. Sweat and tears, can't see your youth. Sold the dream of scaring the truth. They say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to fly. Why buy the lock just to lose the key? Why treat you for a death decree? Public service, they call it great, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse. Pay interest on the balance snap. Subsidized life, the wait don't fade. 25 years, the death parade. System grinds, they grind, they hum. A song of profit, we all succumb. But who's the one that holds the strings? And who's the one that truly sings? Why buy the lock just to lose the key? And why treat you for a death decree? Public service, they call it grace, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse. And pay the interest on the balance snap. Subsidized life, the wait don't fade. 25 years, the death parade. Say more, they say, but where's the rest? We'll work on 3 goddamn jobs just to get ahead. The system designed to keep us in chains. Golden handcuffs disguise as gains. 2 decades in, still deep in the hole. Thought freedom awaited just another toll. Sweat and tears, a currency of you. Sold the dream of scaring the truth. And they say it's the key to the sky, but they never teach you how to fly. Why buy the lock just to lose the key? Why treat you for a death decree? Public service, they call it great, but it's a lifetime race, a paper chase. The student loan trap, no cap collapse. Pay the interest on the balance snap. Subsidized life, the wait don't fade. 25 years, the death parade. Whoa! System gears, they grind, they hum. A soul of profit, we all succumb. But who's the one that holds the strings? And who's the one that truly sings?